Okay then, Paul, so let's take a look at these two setups here now. As we can see on the left-hand side, this is kind of your before setup. As we see the posture there, quite rounded, quite hunched there at the sort of top of the back. And that's going to make it really tricky now, sort of kind of for your body to rotate, especially through impact. So as you discussed at the start of the session, you always thought your golf swing was very armsy. Basically, your arms do work in the golf swing, but if your body's unable to move as efficiently as we want it to, the body's not going to work as much, and therefore the arms will seem to be doing too much. It's not a question of taking the arms out of the swing, it's putting the body back into the swing. The problem was from that posture, as we can see on the left-hand side, just really tricky for you to do that. You're not able to rotate as easily as you wanted, and then the arms tend to take over. So the over-the-top movement that you discussed you get is going to come in, and then of course you're trying to position the club again with your arms, which is going to be quite a tricky thing to do at the speed we're swinging the golf club. So as I said, practice wise, I would just get used to standing up against the wall, try and get those heels back against the wall, the backside against the wall, the shoulders and the back of the head, just to get in a better posture, just for our own well-being. Obviously, as tall as you and I are, our back is very important to us, and keeping a nice good posture throughout life is going to definitely help us going forward, and certainly help us improve our posture for our golf swing. So you can see with the club under your chin there, you're pushing the club head back between your legs there, leaning forward. So you're pushing the quads backwards, keeping that back in a very nice neutral straight back spine. Okay, and then from there, once you get in that position, let the arms drop down in front of you, and then the head can just relax. So at this position here now, we've almost got those three parts of the body on a nice straight line. But I mean, just looking at those two positions as we saw yesterday, a massive difference in the posture there from your setup. So obviously it's going to feel maybe to start with that you're a little bit nearer the golf ball, because basically rather than being up here and then hunched over, you're now here. So you will get the sensation that you are maybe a little bit nearer the golf ball with your top half. So what you might need to do to compensate, and this is where a bit of practice is going to come in, you might need to increase the distance from the ball. Obviously when you're quite upright and hunched with your posture, you stand quite close, and you see the space there between your arms and your legs here at address is quite close. Whereas this one here now, with a bit more tilt in the spine, there's a bit more space. So for me now, it's practicing in that position, just getting used to getting into that setup position with that better posture so it becomes more natural, and then just making your normal swing. Like I say, the swing's good. There's some good movements in the swing there. We're not really seeing a massive change here at the moment. The club does get back a little bit on the inside. Still a good rotation now. It's the key thing is through the golf ball, we can rotate the body a lot more freely. And as I said, from your point of view, if you can get a good strike on the golf ball, feel the confidence of that connection off the club face, it's going to make it a lot easier if you now start going forward and basically then start controlling the club face. But first and foremost, we need to get the base right, get the edge of the jigsaw, as we said, get the corners in, get that posture better. Once you've got that posture better, then we can start focusing on the next stage, which we saw some things in the takeaway and top of the backswing, sort of controlling that length of backswing the correct way, not, as most people unfortunately have a slight overswing, just try and swing the club shorter, because it completely messes up your rhythm and your timing, and again, the contact will go. So work wholeheartedly on that setup and that posture. Again, do some of those drills we talked about up against the wall there, trying to feel taller and straighter, and then working on that tilt with the club under your chin, so it gets to the point and you know exactly what it feels like, so you can just stand in that position without any kind of drill or training aid or help or assistance with the club. You can just grab a golf club and go 1, 2, 3, bang, and before you know it, you're going to be back in this setup like this. I say use of mirrors, videos, these sort of things are great. If you want to send me through some pictures and videos to see where you're at, so we can see where your posture is, more than happy to look at them and sort of give some feedback based on those videos. So work on that posture, as I said, and then we'll get cracking with the next lesson, work on the next stage, sort of going through the winter now. So hope that all makes sense. Any questions, please feel free to give me a shout, and I will see you soon. Cheers, Paul.